Hi, good morning. As usually the case when I'm recording these pieces, I'm on my way into work. If I seem a little bit breathless, that's why. I just wanted to see if I could capture a little of how I'm feeling this morning, which is since sometime yesterday, I guess. It's what I tend to call flat, um, and that's a little bit of a verbal shorthand, I guess. Um, It's a sense generally of feeling fairly low, not sort of actively low, depressed, whatever, but um, it's kind of like the absence, really, the absence of any specific emotional feeling, um, more than more than the presence of a negative feeling, if that makes any sense. Um, I'm not sure used to I used to get this. But over the past, I don't know, I'm going to say year, might not be that long, over the more recent times, in more recent times, I have noticed it um, occurring every now and again. Doesn't usually last too long, doesn't usually impact me too severely. If I don't engage with it too much, then we could be looking at it lasting a day or so. Um, it has the potential, if I do engage with it, or if something else happens, to deepen what's going on for me. It does have the potential to take me a bit lower, but at the moment, when it sort of first occurs, as I say, it's more of an absence than anything else. It's something I've been meaning to try and explore one way or another for a while now, but haven't really managed to do that. One of the reasons, I guess, is that when I'm actually feeling like this, I don't really feel that inclined to do anything as positive as trying to explore it too much. Um, and there's an interesting play on words there, really. Feeling, not feeling inclined to do things, so disinclined, given that inclination means a slope or a gradient, which could be seen as in a positive way, or or in a negative way. But an inclination um, is a slope. You could see that as a path rising in potential. Perhaps as the imagery of climbing a mountain, or perhaps as an uphill struggle. Or you could see a downward inclination, and perhaps in a negative way of taking you down somewhere you don't want to go, or a more positive, even exciting way of things opening up for you, the way getting easier. You sort of go with the flow, downstream, downhill, all the way up to the excitement of a roller coaster, I guess. So when I'm feeling flat, I'm disinclined. No particular ups, no particular downs, and that's an aspect of how I'm feeling at the moment, because consciously, when I look at it, think about it logically, consciously, there's nothing specific going wrong in my life right now. There's nothing bad happened, bad with sort of air quotes around it. There's nothing bad that's just happened. All of my key friendships, relationships are good and strong and solid. There's nothing there that's triggered me to feel like this, and that can be one of my triggers. If I feel that there's an issue, one of my sort of key friendships, relationships But that's not the case right now. They're all really strong and solid. So there's not that. I can broaden it out a little, and I can find a few things going on for me at the moment, which have probably contributed to this feeling. I don't want to go into those right now on this in this piece, because I'm not so much looking for hi. I'm not really looking for explanations right now. I'm just wanting to capture a little of how it feels. So yeah, when I get like this, I tend to withdraw a little, both on social media and from like conversations, chats with people. That's sort of like in general. I just can't be doing with that. But at the same time, I will reach out or be open to a few key people who are maybe likely to get it, or at least who are likely to be okay with me feeling like this. And those people, those friendships are just so so important to me, that that I can just go, you know what, feeling kind of flat today, and they'll maybe offer to explore it with me a little if I'd like to. But they're just okay with that being how I'm feeling right now. They don't need to prize it apart or try and fix it. So that's, that's really helpful to me, because I'm recognizing that these feelings do come and go. So as long as I don't do anything to trip me, any deeper, then it'll pass, and something will come along, and I'll move on from it, and that's okay. Another aspect of it is, for me, is accepting and realizing that actually it's okay. It's okay to feel like this now and again. There's nothing inherently bad or wrong that I feel like this sometimes. I don't have to immediately sort of force my way through it, or take steps to get myself out of it. It's okay to feel like this sometimes. It can give me a little break, a little space for introspection, a little space for gathering myself around me. So I do tend to, though, have a few feelings around it when it happens, as though I'm not being a good friend if I'm not there so much for other people. So I tend to sort of like withdraw a little, recognizing that that's what I need personally, but at the same time, that can kind of have a knock-on effect that I feel I'm not being there for other people who I might normally be engaging with, chatting with, whatever. I don't know. That's just something I'm having to get my head around. I like being there for people, if that makes sense. I like the mutuality of that. It's key friends who are there for me when I need it, and I'm there for them when they need it. I had a really, really good example of that yesterday. With one of my friends, we had some good chat in the morning, where, without making too big a deal of it, yeah, I was there for her. I was helping her explore a few things that were going on for her, and it felt good to be able to do that. Later in the day, I wasn't feeling too great, and she was there to help me unpack that a little and just explore it. So that mutuality is really important for me. And whereas with like my sort of key friends, the most important people, as valuable people to me, are those where I can just say, hey, you know what? Not feeling too great today, feeling a bit flat. As I say, that flat, it's a bit of it's not a key word, but it's just a shorthand, sort of verbal shorthand for the broader gamut of feelings. And they'll get that, and that's okay. There are other people for whom I probably wouldn't say that. Maybe if there was something really serious or long-term going on for me, I would share it. But recognizing in myself that this is a temporary kind of state of affairs, I won't share that with everybody because maybe they don't get it. Maybe they won't understand. Maybe they will leap in with fixes or loads of questions, which in that moment I just don't really have the energy for, and which are also actually not that likely to be helpful to me. So I think an aspect of this, a positive aspect of this, is the learning experience. Is me learning to recognize what's going on, those I need around me, those who can help me, just I don't know, just a little handhold when I move forward, and those where I need to be a little bit more aware of my boundaries and sharing what's going on if that's not going to be helpful. And it's not. I'm not saying that in disrespect to those people or those friendships. It's just being aware of what I need in the moment. It's valuable for me. It's valuable. That's yeah. That's a very mild way of saying it. It's valuable to me. It's extraordinarily valuable to me that I have several people. I'm not going to embarrass myself or them by naming people or even counting them, but 4, 5, 6 people who, depending on what's happening for me, I know I can go to. I know will get it. That I trust. That I trust them, and I trust myself with them. I don't make I tend to make a really big deal out of this when I'm writing or whatever. A lot of the time, it's just small things. It doesn't always have to be, huge, but these are the people I know I'm safe with and that I can feel vulnerable with if I'm feeling a bit under the weather or something's going on for me. So anyway, I think I'll sort of bring that to a close in a moment. I'm not quite sure whether I'll share this as an audio. I may well do, or whether I will use it as the basis of a written piece. I have wanted, as I said, to write something up, to blog around this idea of flatness. It is something that comes up for me from time to time, and I think it might resonate with some other people. I haven't managed to do that yet, so maybe what I will do is review this piece I've just recorded to see if it feels like it has been of value or would be of value. Share this out and then use this as the jumping off point perhaps in the future to write something a little bit more structured about the whole concept of flatness and disinclination. So I'm going to leave it there. If you've been listening, thanks for listening. Bye for now.